Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
All right, one last chance to text the word catch to 312-591-8300 for a chance at Twisted tickets for night one with AJR. We'll have another keyword coming up in just about 9 minutes at the end of Music Entertainment News. And it's another shot at tickets to Twisted. Well, certainly it came across your timeline and off my Instagram following the Credit Union One Amphitheater. And this was a post that dropped on Instagram yesterday that set a lot of people off, no question. It said, starting in 2026, anyone who parks at the venue will need to purchase a parking pass in advance or on the day of the show. Now, I know in the past year they did add a parking fee separate to park at Tinley Park down there for the concerts. I'm pretty sure past years, it's funny how I can't even remember when going to so many shows there that they would sometimes add in something on the ticket price that would say $10 for parking or whatever. And then this year, it was $22.40 parking going to a show there.
Just the general parking, yes.
The general parking. Now, there's no prices on this 2026 yet either for buying this separate pass, which I think a lot of people fear will also have a fee, like tickets have a fee, a parking fee. So we don't know what the price of it is right now. And we've done so many shows on there, so many picnics, so many jamborees over the years, and the venue's beautiful and we love it. But there's no question this is not great news for people that love going to concerts. We have to buy separately a parking pass.
And so let's just clarify. So you could either pay a parking fee whenever you do show up, or they're going to set out a set price for a parking pass, which obviously would be much more expensive than a one-time fee, because that's all you're paying. So you could go, if you go to like unlimited shows and you spent $125 on this pass or whatever it ends up being. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't understand what could be. It could be more day of than if you buy it in advance, just like a lot of things are, So I don't.
Right.
So they might, just when you buy your tickets, you think you're set to a show. Well, you're not going to Tinley Park anymore. You have to buy a parking pass because I don't know anybody that's walking in over there.
It's not the most walkable venue.
They do have Uber slots
there. They really
there.
figured it out, didn't they? How to trap us.
I mean, if you do live nearby in that area, if you're in that whole little quadrant of where Tinley Park is, I'm sure people do take Ubers and Lyfts because they don't want to, they want to drink when they're out there. For me, as the person on the show that drinks the most, or at least drinks at concerts, I'm so disappointed by this because let alone paying for fees this year at shows, but this is probably going to be more, I'm guessing. I'm just guessing on that. That I already spend about $20 for one drink at all the concerts, which I think is abhorrent and needs to be changed at all venues.
And you never just get one drink. So what do you actually spend?
I mean,
about $475.
I will say at the Pearl Jam show at Wrigley Field last year, me and Megan spent close to $200 just on drinks.
Oh my God.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, and we thankfully got the tickets for free because we work here. That was nice.
You are who you are.
Yeah, and then we had to do $100 in babysitting, so it was a $300 to $400 night by the time we were done.
And you didn't pay for the tickets.
Didn't pay for the tickets. That's no tickets. I mean, there should be a little bit of a grace, and I wish all the venues could get together and everybody and just talk, all different factions of the owners, and say, can we give our people a break that love music? And even if you're going to charge what you are for tickets and get people in, which is already very high, we know that. Can I get a $5 beer? Or can I have free parking or something?
The thing is, it can still be an upcharge, but it doesn't have to be $20. Like, you can still make money on the deal. And I would argue in some scenarios, they'd be able to sell more. Because I think some people see that and go, I would never grab a drink because I don't like drinking enough to spend it on that. But if they were like $8, I could see me doing, I do think that you could sell more if it wasn't so egregious.
So you're a situational alcoholic, depending on the price.
No, I'm not an alcoholic at all because I'd have one drink for the entire evening if I felt like that. So
that does you good. You're good after that.
Yeah.
If I have two, I am like, who's driving?
The bummer with the Tinley Park stuff is I would pay any amount of money in the world to make that parking lot easier to get in and out of.
Ugh.
But I don't trust that the money from the parking is going to make that situation better.
It's not. So, and that's the thing is when I'm in it, I feel like I should be getting paid for being stuck in it. Like, I feel like, when those commercials come on, it should have been in the middle of the night. It's like, have you ever been stuck in the Tinley
Have you been victimized by the World Music Theater?
You could be owed compensation. And instead I'm going to be paying to do that. It's unbelievable.
The only way that's going to change, listen, I'm not a physics major, but...
No, you're not, but I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, I want to know how this applies to physics also.
The only way it can change is if there's 72 roads into the parking lot going different directions. There's one. There's one in and out.
Well, how many directions are there? There's like 4 directions.
No, you can go a little in between, like north and east and,
Like
and south and
northeast?
yeah.
Okay, but even then there's 8
Southwest.
directions.
There's little micro slots that you can put like north. I'm just almost north.
There's not enough directions for all the roads you want. You're going to have to...
There is. Look at a compass. Go
But
open
we
your
could add like 2.
Let me open the compass app. Hold on.
open your compass app on your phone. See all the little millimeters that go around between like.
You want all those to be roads?
Those are all roads. That's the only way it's going to work that everybody gets home at a reasonable time. Think about that, Kenzie. You've seen that, the compass. See all the little dots?
Well, could you imagine how many arrows would be in the parking lot?
If you're going back to the city. If you're
Exit,
kind
and it's just like
if you're kind of going back to the city.
confused.
But it wouldn't matter to me. I would just get on one road and get the hell out of there. Then I figure it out. Then I put my GPS on my Google Maps.
I don't understand how that's better than the situation they have now.
I am like a bad concert person because I don't know about you guys, but I am like, there's 2 songs left. We should get to walk into that car. Like, that's all I can think about. I can't even enjoy a concert. I'm like, we have to drive home in an hour and a half.
Yeah, Setlist FM kind of helps people. Will either help people or ruin concerts for you because you can go like, well, there's the hit at the end, but can I put up with those
I
2
can
before
still
it?
hear it as I leave.
Well,
I'm like,
That's true.
You will be
I can
waiting.
hear it.
At Oasis earlier this year, which Brian and I were at, the person I was
Shut up.
with, I was like, here's the deal. They're closing with Champagne Supernova. That's not my go-to Oasis song. We need to be walking to the car by Champagne Supernova, and we timed it by accident to where they did a big firework display at the end, and we were in front of Soldier Field with a perfect view of the fireworks, but outside the stadium, still hearing Champagne Supernova, still seeing the fireworks, and then getting to the car before everybody else. It had to be what cocaine feels like. It was such a rush. Oh my God.
And I was in there finishing a drink I just bought, watching the fireworks show, and I said, I ain't leaving this drink behind.
Come on now.
So I chugged that drink.
What,
and
am I going to waste $45 on one drink?
You're
Let
damn
me
right.
chug this drink before I drive home.
No,
Good. I love to hear that, Brian.
I did not drive. I want to make that very clear. Drinking and driving, terrible. Don't do that. What I did do was shove my way onto a CTA bus for free because there were so many people trying to get on, he couldn't keep track.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, I couldn't reach over to put my phone there.
Yeah, right. Look at your wingspan. You just hit me in the face when you pointed.
Hakeem Olajuwon couldn't reach the CTA?
You're so full of crap.
All of a sudden, I had my Tyrannosaurus Rex arms when it came time to pay for the bus. But it is going to be challenging. And everything is more expensive. I just wish it wasn't happening. I just really wish it wasn't happening. And that's what's going on down there when you go to shows in Tinley Park. You have to make sure you buy a parking pass in advance. Make sure you do that. Some more entertainment and music news before we get to Ticket Blitz Thursday and a new keyword for the hour to get the Twisted next week. Is we talked about this story a while back. Is this about a year ago?
It was about 6 months ago. It was the same weekend as Coachella, so that was about 6 months ago.
Okay, when the wife of Weezer...
I know calendars aren't your thing. I'm sorry.
No. The wife of Weezer bassist Scott Schreiner got in some big trouble when what happened, a summary of the story is there was a carjacking on the highway near where they live. The guys that did that escaped the police and ran through their front yard, started changing their clothes to escape the police. She comes out. She has a firearm and can't figure out what's going on if they're going to attack her. She starts pointing the gun. The cops are right behind.
Obviously, because everyone knows when you don't know what's going on, you should start pointing your gun.
Just point it out and start shooting.
Yeah.
But the cops were right behind those guys chasing it. She ends up pointing her gun at the police. And it was kind of confusing. I can't remember if a shot was fired or it was alleged that she just pointed at the police. They said, put it down. She didn't. And she got arrested.
I think a shot was fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she was arrested and charged, and she avoided jail time, granted a mental health diversion. She was undergoing cancer treatment, actually, at the time.
Oh.
So all that happened. Weezer went on and played Coachella.
Killed it.
No pun intended.
Poor choice of words. They crushed it.
There you go.
Scott Schreiner, the bass player of Weezer, stood by her the whole time, defending the situation. Well, now she's divorcing him. She's divorcing him after all that. She filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable
Let's find
differences.
a real man, so she doesn't have to point her gun. He wants him to point his gun.
She wanted him to go out and do some jujitsu on those guys in the front yard. He didn't. To be fair, he wasn't home when this all happened. She's filing for divorce. I was just stunned by that after a situation like this happened. So they've been married 20 years.
I'm weirdly sad about this.
Yeah.
I hate when couples that have been together a long time don't make it. Like, I'm not even safe after 20 years. Could you imagine being back on the dating pool after 20-year marriage?
Kenzie, what's your threshold for feeling bad about a divorce? How many years do you have to be married before you feel bad for them?
Like, okay, I would say once you hit 10, Like
You
you're
gotta be in double
you're
digits.
a decade. You've been a decade in, and you start over, like, 3, whatever, right? You get back out there. Sometimes you date people for 3 years. Like, that can happen. It's like you spend a decade together. Imagine what you've shared.
Can you imagine Kenzie's married 20 years, then gets divorced? Can you imagine being
Very
that
easily.
Can you imagine being that poor
Right.
guy? Can you imagine being that poor guy or girl that's the first date after that?
I can't.
Why wouldn't you be lucky to go on a date? What the hell's that supposed to mean?
Because I can't imagine the state you'd be in. You just said after 20 years it didn't work. How angry you'd be that it didn't work out after 20
No,
years.
that's so sad. I'm saying, like, you're not even safe after, like, you kind of think, I think you hit a threshold, like, you've been together 10 years, like, we can get through anything together. And it's like, really? 20 years we couldn't figure out what was going on? Like, we just ended it? Like, I'm not angry. I'm not going to punch a random person in the face.
See, I think you would.
I think you would too.
Asked and answered, Your Honor.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 Cake, and that is this hour's Ticket Blitz Thursday for that show. Wednesday, night 2 of Q101's Twisted. Text the word BETTER, BETTER, to 312-591-8300 to win those tickets. You have till 10 o'clock. Lauren will come in with another show, another night of Twisted, and another word. So you can do it every hour today with Lauren, Brian Phillips, all the way through. And this is ours for Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now, I am now 14 hours in the fasting. 14 hours. I have redone my blood test. I had a physical this week, but I screwed up the blood appointment setting, much like you having to buy a pass for a Tinley Park concert. Now I didn't do 2 appointments, one for the physical and one for the blood work. So I fasted on Monday for nothing for 8 hours.
Fasted for 8 hours.
Stupid fast for nothing. What
You
a-
just had to so let me clarify. You skipped lunch on Monday.
I
Because
skipped
you had
lunch.
breakfast
I had breakfast.
and you had dinner.
Yeah, because it wasn't until 3:15 that
You skipped
appointment.
lunch. Now, today, you had dinner last night, so you've missed breakfast.
I've missed breakfast. I've missed my protein shake. I've missed my snacks every half hour during the show. I've missed my Coke Zero. I've missed green tea, which I had in the show because you can't drink that either for waiting when you're fasting. So I missed more, lady. Okay? I've missed more than what you say.
I mean, essentially, it's 9 in the morning. You had dinner last night.
14 hours I haven't eaten. That's a lot for me.
I know.
No, we know.
I should have set an alarm at 1 and ate a steak.
You drive to McDonald's?
Because you missed out on McDonald's on Monday because we had it
Yeah,
dropped
you should have
off.
got the Grinch meal at 1 in the morning.
I missed out on the Grinch meal, free one Monday too.
Oh, man.
What a week. And I was going to wait till next week because I didn't think I wasn't up for the fast today. I wasn't up for it.
What do you mean by that?
You're never up for it. You've never been like, oh, today was a great day to do that.
Right, but I had one fast already, so I certainly wasn't up for a second fast in 3 days.
Okay. And this, again, just to reiterate, is because you made a mistake on Monday thinking you were going to get blood work done, and then you didn't. And so now you're paying the consequences of your own actions.
And I wanted to wait till next week, but next week's Twisted, I'll be drinking and eating that. I'm not going to fast on Twisted night. There's no possible way that's going to happen.
No, you'll be too busy drinking and eating.
And watching good music and socializing.
No, I'm sure. You'll be a delight.
Yeah, so here I am now. The appointment's at 11:15, so I have 2 more hours.
Okay.
Oh,
Now, last night, and I hate to put your business on the street, but I think enough people know this by now because you do the same thing every day. You do the same thing every week. Wednesday night is half-price pizza night at D'Agostino's Pizza, which is our favorite place to get pizza at in the city. We love it.
damn right.
I imagine you had quite a big dinner last night.
So it was a large pizza, pepperoni and sausage, and their large feeds 4 people.
Double meat.
Double meat.
By the way, thanks for the invite.
Well, lost in the mail.
No, I know. I was home eating an Uncrustable. Could have gone to Dax.
It would have been
I
nice.
know. He had a lot of crust.
Yeah, I did. I had a
Sure
lot of
there.
it. I really did stuff more pieces in. It's obviously tavern cut style, so I think I had 11 pieces.
What?
That's not a lot. 11 squares. They're squares.
Yeah, I understand.
They're not slices. It's
I
squares.
feel like a square means mini.
Yeah, it's not a slice. It's not.
That's the same size, no matter what pitch you say it in.
It's a square.
But I think 2 squares equals 1 slice.
No, I don't know about that.
I've had
Absolutely.
pizza before. I know. 2 squares is 1 slice. You had 6 pieces of pizza last night.
Okay, that makes me feel better. I thought it was like more. And then I have the regular Coke because their Coke is awesome.
It is.
It's so good. The fountain Coke there
They're
at
very
Dax.
fizzy and
And they give you the big red plastic cups. and I reloaded that sucker twice.
There's like depth to the Coke taste there.
Oh, it's so delicious.
It's just better than the average Coke experience.
And then I tried to talk Megan into the other part of the routine of going to Dairy Queen on Southport afterward, but she wouldn't go for it because she was a little agitated from a work day.
That bitch. Wouldn't take you to Dairy Queen.
She ruins everything.
I'll give her a piece of my mind next time I see her. What were you going to get at Dairy Queen?
Oh, I was going to get a...
I know what you're going to get.
What do you think I was going to get?
You were going to get the brownie cookie batter one.
Damn, God, how's Kenzie know me so well?
Because
I know
you do the
you.
same thing every day.
But
And you're obsessed. If you see brownie batter or cookie batter, you get like a boner. I've seen it in real time.
whoever invented batter in desserts is the genius. Why isn't that guy getting the Nobel Prize?
For what?
For batter. For inventing batter.
Stupid question, sorry.
Duh.
Dumbass.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
What are you taking away from today's show with Brian and Kenzie on Q101? Text in your takeaway right now, 312-591-8300. Something you're taking away from today's show, something memorable to you. 312-591-8300. Get your takeaway in. Coming in about 10 minutes, we'll give you that key word again. It's this hour's activation for Q101 Twisted Night 2, an evening with cake. Free tickets, Ticket Blitz Thursday, all the way through today, every hour as we started that at 8 o'clock. Now, we went through Spotify Wrapped yesterday and a little bit today of our own and some of the new analytics about Spotify's global statistics, and they listed the following as the best rock and alternative albums of 2025. Very familiar to you if you love Q101. Turnstile, Never Enough, Wolf Alice, The Clearing, The Hives Forever, Forever The Hives, Haley Williams, Ego Death at a Bachelorette Party, and Wet Legs Moisturizer. So
Excellent.
all those are great. We play them all. It's just, yeah, really good list. You know what? Spotify people got some good taste there. Got some good taste. All good stuff.
The Spotify Wrap breaks down the albums you listened to most this year, and Wet Leg Moisturizer was my number one album of the year. So I'm quite excited for next Tuesday at Twisted to see them open up for AJR.
Yeah, already a veteran of Twisted, Wet Leg is.
Crushed for Jack White. I imagine they'll do the same next week.
So Spotify editors picked the best rock and alt songs, and that include Turnstile, Never Enough, pretty obvious, Wolf Alice, Bloom Baby Bloom, Military Gun Kick, love them, Fontaine's DC, It's Amazing to Be Young, and Youngblood. Kind of it was a year of Youngblood in a way, or at least a half a year since the Ozzy performance of Changes.
It was the quarter of Youngblood. He had a fiscal quarter that was really good for him.
Well, it was wild because he was playing the Riv, and it was not sold out. And then he performed the Black Sabbath song Changes at the Ozzy Black Sabbath farewell show, and his whole tour this year and next year sold out, so much so that he collapsed and he had to cancel shows because his health, he's pushing his voice and his health.
For the rest of 2025. But as of now, all the 2026 dates are still on. And I would imagine, and I don't know anything, this is not confirmation, but I would imagine he'll be at Lollapalooza next year. We'll see him there. We'll all sing Changes. It'll be great. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know why I'm already really excited for Lollapalooza next year. I can't explain why.
Yeah, you got to slow down.
It's 9 months away, and I'm really excited about it. And I know nothing, but I'm really excited for it.
So now you're going to be disappointed no matter what because you're looking forward too much. You're building it up too much.
Well, I can also be happy.
I don't know.
It's a field with a bunch of bands. I typically like that.
Oh, Lollapalooza is wonderful. Every year it's great. Love it. Love it.
It's good. Now, on the text line, Brian, Joe checked in from Deerfield, and he apparently hasn't heard the news about what ages we are in our Spotify Wrapped, because this year Spotify came up with, they try to guess your age based on what you're listening to. I thought word had gotten out to the townsfolk about this already, but apparently not.
Well, Kenzie, what did Spotify say your age was based on your music tastes?
51.
Case, how about you?
48.
Well, hey, I came in at 88 years old.
That's just unbelievable.
I haven't seen anybody eclipse 88. According to Spotify, you're the oldest person in the world.
Well, it's that, or they just figure after 88, you're just a piece of crap. We're not going to put it on there anymore. Like, I don't know. There's some ageist at Spotify. I don't like it. I don't like what's going on there.
Why do you think it thinks you're 88 other than just your general demeanor?
Well, as I figured, so Chapel Roan, Pink Pony Club's #1 because Harper likes it, Benson Boone.
Because it slabs. Go off.
It is a great song. It's a great freaking song.
It's a great freaking song.
And then I had some Slipknot in there and Nine Inch Nails to cleanse myself.
Is there a specific Benson Boone song that really tickled your fancy?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't need more Benson Boone talk. I thought maybe it was on your phone.
I wish I had right there ready to go.
Don't worry about it.
But it was the kicker was this Bobby Helms, the guy who created Jingle Bell Rock. He's the one that Harper listened to. She liked that song in July for some weird reason. So we had to
But
play
how
it.
did it even come up into her life? She wasn't like, hey, put that thing on. Like, she didn't know it existed.
She was making her playlist, and she said, how about Jingle Bell Rock in July? No one's doing that. So she did it, and we played it about 8,000 times. And that guy was born in 1932. So that's why it thinks I'm 88, because I love that the most. That's why your Spotify Wrapped is looking weird when you see the numbers and the age ranges.
That's why it's weird.
Well, so many people saying that they came in the 60s and they're like in their 30s or whatever.
I know, and then I feel like every old person, like somebody texted in and said, I'm in my 40s, and it says I'm 26. I'm like, it's just doing the reverse to mess with people. That's what I think.
And isn't it funny then that those people are going like, I'm 26.
I'm so young.
Hey. Well, an AI part of Spotify told you you're 26. That's what it is.
Okay, well, an AI part of Spotify told you you're 88 and you're pretty frustrated
Hey,
by it.
I'm 88.
Freaking pissed off about that too. But hey, just live in this world and listen to music you want. Don't listen to Spotify telling you how old you are. Where's my pills? Where's my readers? How's this fax machine work?
How does Spotify work?
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We have our takeaways coming up in just a second, but a very special guest that joins us every year at this time. He comes in and he not only disappoints with his outfit, but also scares us with what he brings into the building.
Always.
Adam, welcome back. We love you, man.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
So Adam is part of World Oddities Expo, which is fantastic at the Donald Lee Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont on River Road. You know where it is. And it's this weekend, December 6th and 7th. And it's a traveling oddities festival. You tell me what that means so our audience doesn't know, in your eyes, what that means.
Well, most people have heard about a cabinet of curiosities, but the backstory on that was that centuries ago they had this grand cabinet where usually they would put things that weren't necessarily normal. You know, it's a strange creature or an artwork, valuable, unique, and rare, but not just a little disturbing. You know, and we've spiraled that into a convention that tours the country. So it's just artisans from all over the land and all of their peculiar wares. Wrap that in with amazing performances and hands-on workshops like taxidermy or insect pinning or owl pellet dissection, sort of a choose-your-own-adventure kind of deal.
I know that Kenzie's really interested in all those last things you were mentioning there.
It freaked me out, but I like the weird. That's usually my vibe. So
You know, big Harry Potter, weird animal stuff flying around there. Same thing at this oddities convention.
I wouldn't say it's Harry Potter, Brian, but that's okay.
I think if you like Harry Potter, there's like, isn't there an owl in there or something in Harry
There's
Potter?
an owl in Harry Potter.
Yeah, so they got stuffed owls at the oddity convention.
You know, I didn't think I was a huge Harry Potter fan, but if somebody tells me they're Slytherin, I sort of watch them a little bit more.
Yes. A little more sketchy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You're shady.
So
You're
you,
shady, bro.
you can grab the tickets at worldodditiesexpo.com for sure. And it's something that, you can't imagine ever seeing. When you brought things in the other time, I mean, it's stuff that stayed with me the rest of the day, some of the items.
They make
We
your
aim to
stomach
please.
turn.
We aim to please. If it's interesting, we're interested. So one of the things we have is an exhibition called Deformed. That is just all real freak animals. Some people don't like that word. Structural teratological specimens. If it has too many heads or not enough eyes, too many arms, etc., we have them there. They're all real, and it lays out the scientific reasoning for them, for like what you're actually looking at, rather than the just what is it to gawk at it. It's credible, interesting information that some people don't care about, and some people just want to see. And we're here for them too.
All right, so
What would you rather see, Brian? Something with not enough eyes or something with more heads?
I think I want something with more heads.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think more heads is interesting.
Yeah.
What is that? What's that dog that like guards Hades? Doesn't it have 3 heads?
Cerberus has 3 heads.
Yes.
There's no 3-headed things in the freak show. There are one-eyed things, like the Cyclops of old. real quick, they found elephant skulls, and that hole in the skull where the nose was, they thought that was an eye. So they thought that a cyclops was a 25-foot man because they had found a 1,000-year-old elephant skeleton.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. That's the Greek polyphemus.
That's where it came from. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. And they didn't have glasses back then, so a blacksmith would wear an eye patch so that if he caught a spark, he wouldn't lose both of his eyes. And so the one-eyed creature they associated with a blacksmith, so they said that he was the assistant to the god Hephaestus that made Zeus's thunderbolt and Poseidon's trident, etc.
Kenzie, you get all that?
I am like blown away. I did not know those facts. I love that.
I drink a lot of Snapple.
Yeah. There you go.
Adam,
That's a lot to write on a cap. I don't know if those are on there.
Adam, you're amazing. And the World Oddities Expo, go to worldodditiesexpo.com to get your tickets. It's this weekend, the 6th and the 7th, at the Donald Lee Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont. It's fantastic. It's once in a lifetime, and you should go.
We'll see you there.
That's right. Adam, you'll hang out here for our takeaways from today's show with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Kenzie, what do you got from our listeners?
Felipe texted in, takeaway, if Kenzie gets divorced in 20 years, her first date is getting a black eye.
Facts. Look out. It's
Apparently.
coming. Look out, you people on Bumble or Hinge or whatever's around in 20 years to meet somebody. And finally, Abby checked in and said, takeaway. This kind of relates a little bit, Adam, to what you probably have on site. Cows are just piñatas full of steak.
Ooh, yeah, they are.
Case, what's on the podcast so people can kind of know what some of these references mean?
On the Brian and Kenzie podcast today, we learned that Jingle Bell Rock is wreaking havoc on Brian's life. He explains why. Kenzie also took on the entire Domino's Corporation in today's clash with Kenzie. And Illinois has new laws being enacted in 2026. You need to know these because the school bus, as you know it, is changing forever.
Go to the podcast anytime, anywhere. Take a listen, and it's there for you. And again, Adam, thank you so much for stopping in. The World Oddities Expo. Get a ticket at worldodditiesexpo.com at the Donald Lee Stevens Convention Center this weekend, the 6th and the 7th. Have a great time.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.